In our lifetime, we absorb facts, information, and skills. We get our theoretical and practical understanding through education and experience. It's called knowledge. Welcome to television's longest-running high school quiz show, Knowledge Bowl. Let's join two of our 16 competing Northeast Michigan high schools and our host, Astrid Fitzpatrick, for today's match.
Hello and welcome to Knowledge Bowl, Michigan's longest-running quiz show. I'm your host, Astrid Fitzpatrick. Today our game is between AuGres and Mayo Ensemble. We'll start by introducing our teams, beginning with AuGres.
Dominic Lutz, junior.
Caden Anthony, sophomore.
Connor Roble, sophomore.
Ramsey Fortin, sophomore.
Gabe Beardsley, freshman.
And they're joined by their coach, Kathy Macheski. And our team from Mayo?
Jacob Lentz, senior.
Ben Lubitz, senior.
Brian Price, junior.
Lauren Kufel, freshman.
And they're joined by their coach, Jay Jackson. I'd also like to thank our judges, Matthew Fitzpatrick and Joey Graskowiak, for being here today. Our first round is the toss-up round, but before we start that, here are the rules.
Round 1 is a toss-up format. A question will be asked, and the first competitor to ring in has the opportunity to answer the question. If a correct answer is given, the team is awarded 10 points. No consulting is allowed. If the answer is incorrect, then the question goes to the opposing team to answer.
All right, let's get started. In which Russian city is the Pushkin Art Museum? Dominic?
Moscow.
That's correct. South of Zaire, in the Horn of Africa, or on the western bulge of Africa, in which of these three places is Somalia?
The western bulge.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Jacob?
The Horn.
That's correct. Does tolerant mean the same as disgusted, indelible, unbiased, or distraught? Dominic?
Unbiased.
That's correct. Built in Chicago in 1883, the Home Insurance Building is an important structure in the history of architecture. Why? Dominic?
Is it the first skyscraper?
That's correct. Two of the earliest important literary works are both attributed to the same author, Homer. Give me the titles of these epic poems. Jacob?
The Iliad and the Odyssey.
That's correct. Egg weight classes such as jumbo and extra large are based on the total weight of how many eggs? Jacob?
A dozen.
That's correct. The first of the 4 buildings to bear this name was completed in 1879. 3 more buildings with the same name were finished in 1890, 1925, and 1968. All 4 of the buildings have been meccas for sports and entertainment in New York City. By what name have they all been known? The correct answer was Madison Square Garden. Completed in 1943, after 16 months of round-the-clock work, this massive building has about 3.7 million square feet of office space, its own police department, and its own television station. What structure am I describing? Jacob?
The Empire State Building.
Sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? The correct answer is the Pentagon. The state flower of Kentucky, this yellow wildflower, sounds like it's 14 carat and 16 and a half feet long. What is it? The correct answer is the goldenrod. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison. Which one expresses the highest or lowest degree? The correct answer was the superlative. Which of the following has never been advanced as a theory to explain the extinction of dinosaurs? A, hunted to extinction by Neanderthals. B, killed in a primordial flood. C, died in a fury of volcanoes. Dominic?
Hunted by Neanderthals.
That's correct. What desert do you cross to reach the Suez Canal from the east? Ramsey? I'm sorry, what?
Sahara.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? The correct answer was the Sinai. What prestigious award looks like an old-fashioned record player? The correct answer was the Grammy Awards. What is the major U.S. export? A, food and live animals, B, chemicals, C, tobacco, D, machinery and transportation equipment. Jacob?
B.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
C.
I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was D, machinery and transportation equipment. In psychological jargon, any obsessing morbid fear is called what? Dominic?
Phobia.
That's correct. Russian scientists unfurled what item in space which successfully bounced sunlight into the night side of the Earth? The correct answer was a space mirror. As part of its 1992 settlement with native Inuit peoples of the Arctic, Canada turned over its third largest and half of its second largest islands to Native American control. Name any two of these three large islands. Jacob?
Nunavut.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Ramsey?
Newfoundland and Greenland.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We would have accepted Baffin, Ellesmere, and Victoria. Like the U.S., it reveres its written constitution. Unlike the U.S., it had never amended its constitution since it was handed down by General Douglas MacArthur after World War II until 1992. What is this nation? Jacob?
Mexico.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Connor?
Cuba.
I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was Japan. In December 1991, this 6-minute-long single was released by the rock group Queen as a tribute to their late lead singer. Name this 1975 hit, which became the first #1 single to top the British charts for a second time. Dominic?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's correct. This man, born in 1732, was inaugurated President of the United States at age 57. Can you name him? Dominic?
George Washington.
That's correct. Of Francis Drake, Vasco da Gama, Amerigo Vespucci, Giovanni da Verrazzano, and Juan Ponce de Leon, which explorer never visited the New World? Jacob?
Da Gama.
That's correct. What's the prize money in a boxing match, a golf tournament, or a horse race called? Jacob?
The winnings.
Sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Dominic?
The pot.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer is the purse. If you owned a burnous, what would you most likely do with it? The correct answer is that you would wear it. That's all we have for our first round. We'll be right back with some updated scores. Welcome back. So far we've got AuGres with a score of 70 and Maya with a score of 40. Our next round is the bonus round, but before we start that, here are the rules.
This is the bonus round. It consists of toss-up questions, as in round 1. However, this is the twist. The team answering correctly then gets 4 bonus questions. For each question answered correctly, a series of points will be awarded. Team members can consult, but only the team captain can answer the question. After an incorrect answer, the toss-up portion begins again for both teams.
All right. Lights used in the home are classified as either fluorescent or what? Dominic?
Incandescent.
That's correct. These are about biology. What's a female sheep called?
Come on, an ewe?
That's correct. What do auxins regulate in plants?
Can you repeat the question?
What do auxins regulate in plants? The correct answer was growth. Okay, most male deer are called bucks. What are male red deer specifically known as? Caden?
Pig.
That's correct. Okay, identify the movie star from the clues that suggest 2 roles. He fought the Battle of New Orleans and parted the Red Sea.
Oh, Moses.
Moses.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Correct answer was Charlton Heston. The United States still controls the Panama Canal. What country controls the Dardanelles and the Bosporus? Jacob?
Greece.
Sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Dominic?
UK.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was Turkey. What is the geological term of French origin that refers to a large elevated tableland? Ramsey?
A plateau.
That's correct. Okay, these are about Christmas on TV. What did the Grinch disguise himself as in How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Santa Claus.
That's correct. In A
Santa
Charlie
Claus.
Brown Christmas, what winter recreation is the cast of characters doing in the opening scene?
The birth of Jesus.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
No.
Correct answer was ice skating. Okay, if you were in a skyscraper and someone defenestrated you, why would you be glad to be on the first floor?
Because you would be falling.
Yeah, the correct answer was that you would not have to fall far because defenestration is throwing someone out a window. This organization includes such ranks as Bobcat, Wolf, Bear, Lion, and Webelos. Its motto is do your best. Jacob?
Boy Scouts.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Name this group which prepares young boys for entrance into a Boy Scout troop. Ramsey?
Cub Scouts.
That's correct. These are about elements. Named for a pioneer in nuclear science, this radioactive element has the symbol FM. Name it. The correct answer was fermium. Name the state whose counties include Zapata, Crockett, and Pecos. Ramsey?
Nevada.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Jacob?
West Virginia.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was Texas. Susan purchased a table that was marked 20% off. If the price she paid was $152, what was the original price? The correct answer was $190. A handwritten excerpt from which president's second inaugural address, urging Americans to bind the nation's wound, was discovered in an old cabinet by experts from Christie's auction house. Dominic?
Thomas Jefferson.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Jacob?
George Washington.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was Abraham Lincoln. The impeachment of Brazil's President Collor in 1992 was considered a positive step for that nation, as the standard removal of a president during the rule of the military was by what means? We're looking for a French expression. Brian?
Laissez-faire.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? The correct answer was a coup d'etat. The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center was the site of the first liver transplant from animal to human. The organ was received from what animal? Dominic?
A pig.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Jacob?
A sheep.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer is a baboon. City and county officials asked that the trial of Byron de la Beckwith be moved because of cost and adverse publicity. Beckwith is charged in the 1963 killing of NAACP Field Secretary Medgar Evers, which took place in what state? Jacob?
New York.
Sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Ramsey?
Virginia.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer was Mississippi. Some triatomic molecules are linear, others are bent. Among molecules of carbon dioxide, carbon disulfide, and water, which is bent? Dominic?
Water.
That's correct. Okay, spell the names of these primates. Chimpanzee.
CHIMPANZEE.
That's correct. Lemur.
LEMUR.
That's correct. Orangutan.
ORANGUTAN.
That's correct. And Tarsier.
TARSIR.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Correct answer was TARSIER. 4 leaders of the United States were elected president while serving as vice president. Name any 2. The correct answers were John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Martin Van Buren, and George Bush. In an early American almanac, we find this quotation, "Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults." Who wrote it? Ramsey?
Ulysses S. Grant.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? The correct answer was Benjamin Franklin. Do Gothic windows have a flat, pointed, or rounded top? Dominic?
Pointed.
That's correct. Okay, these are about San Diego. Which of the following is not a suburb of San Diego? Glendale, La Jolla, or Chula Vista?
Chula Vista.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Correct answer was Glendale. That's all we have for our second round. We'll be right back with some updated scores. Okay, welcome back. So far, I've got AuGres with a score of 170 and Mayo with a score of 40. We're also joined by Gabe Beardsley on AuGres' side. And our next round is a 60-second round, but before we start that, here are the rules.
This is our 60-second round. The team with the lowest score selects from one of the 4 categories of 10 questions. The team that has 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Each correct answer is worth 10 points. Any missed questions will then be answered by the opposing team. An additional 20-point bonus is awarded for answering all 10 questions correctly.
Okay, we're starting with Maya, who's chosen the category Phi upon it, so all the answers will be ending in FY. Okay, make clear or intelligible.
Clarify.
That's correct. Form into one.
Unify.
That's correct. Increase in degree, make more dense or brighter.
Magnify.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Extol or magnify with praise.
Glorify. Glorify.
Glorify.
That's correct. Strengthen against attacked.
Pass.
Okay. Challenge or resist.
Defy.
Defy.
That's correct. Have proper or necessary traits.
Satisfy.
Sorry, that's incorrect. State in detail.
Pass.
Okay. Instruct or benefit morally. Okay. And all gray. To increase in degree or make more dense or brighter.
Intensify.
That's correct. Strengthen against attack.
Fortify.
That's correct. Have proper or necessary traits. Okay. And we'll go to All Gray, who's chosen the category Peace Soup, where all the answers start with P. Satan is the prince of darkness. What similar epithet is given Jesus Christ?
Prince of Peace.
That's correct. This word means to publish or to make known officially.
Pass.
A cat does this in catching a mouse, or a leopard in catching a gazelle.
Pounce.
That's correct. This is an inflammation of the membrane lining the chest cavity.
Pneumonia.
Sorry, that's incorrect. This is any of the broad principal divisions of the animal kingdom.
Phylum.
That's correct.
Yeah.
What desert contains the petrified forest?
Pass.
The voyage of the Kon-Tiki was intended to prove that inhabitants of what country settled Polynesia?
Peru.
That's correct. What is the 19.2 trillion miles?
Parsec.
That's correct. What name is applied to both the mountain lion of North America and the leopard of Africa?
Panther.
That's correct. And what disease is primarily caused by a diet deficient in... Okay. And Mayo. This word means to publish or to make known officially.
Pass.
Okay. This is an inflammation of the membrane lining the chest cavity.
Pericarditis.
Sorry, that's incorrect. And what desert contains the petrified forest? That's all we have for our 60-second round. We'll be right back with some updated scores. Okay, welcome back. So far we've got AuGres with a score of 250 and Mayo with a score of 80. Our last round is a toss-up round just like the first round, so we'll go ahead and get started with that. Though neither knew the other had it, both Germany and Japan used this medieval social system. Name it. Ramsey?
Feudalism.
That's correct. What is the value of x that will make the following expression undefined? 2x minus 8 over x plus 3. Jacob?
-3.
That's correct. There, I guess King George will be able to read that. Which famous American said it? Ramsey?
John Hancock.
That's correct. Flora makes $19,200 a year. She spends 25% of her salary on rent. How much rent does she pay each month? Jacob?
$400.
That's correct. What's the device called that softens or muffles the sound of a brass musical instrument? Dominic?
A mute.
That's correct. Identify AARP, an organization concerned with the older generation. Jacob?
The Association for the Advancement of Retired People.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? I think the correct answer was the American Association of Retired People. What is the outer covering found on all cells? Dominic?
Cell membrane.
Judges? Okay, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Jacob?
Cell wall.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. The answer we were looking for was nuclear membrane. Name any two of the three federally owned islands in New York. Jacob?
Staten Island, Manhattan.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? Ramsey?
Manhattan Island and Ellis Island.
Sorry, it's also incorrect. We were looking for Liberty Island, Ellis Island, or Governor's Island. Year 1 on the Muslim calendar is AD 622. It is the year associated with the flight of Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. What term is used by historians for this event? The correct answer was Hijra. John Marks purchased 400 shares of Bennington Incorporated, preferred stock at the low end of the day, which was 62 3/8. Exclusive of commissions, how much did John pay for his 400 shares? The correct answer was $24,950. The speed of sound is determined by the medium it travels through. Arrange these media in order of their influence on the speed of sound, from slow to fast: water, aluminum, air, and steel. Jacob?
Air, water, aluminum, steel.
That's correct. Algeria, Iraq, Jordan, Libya, and Yugoslavia all have the same basic unit of currency. Name it. The correct answer was dinar. What instrument is used to check automobile battery water? The correct answer was a hydrometer. Explain the difference between the terms umbra and penumbra. Dominic?
Umbra is the top of the ellipse and penumbra is the bottom.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Mayo? Brian?
Penumbra is the top of the ellipse and anumbra is the bottom.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. Correct answer is that the umbra is the part of the shadow from which light is completely cut off. The penumbra is the lighter area between the umbra and the edge of the shadow. The John Newbery Medal is awarded annually for the most distinguished contribution to what kind of American literature? Jacob?
Prose.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AuGres? The correct answer was children's literature. Which organization in 1939 denied Marian Anderson the use of Constitutional Hall in Washington, D.C. for a concert? The correct answer was the Daughters of the American Revolution. What ism describes new coined words introduced into the language? The correct answer was neologism. This novel is probably the most popular of the Leatherstocking tales. It's a classic tale of the French and Indian War. It paints the Indians as both noble and proud. Name the book. The correct answer was The Last of the Mohicans. That's all we have for our last round. We'll be right back with the final scores. Okay, welcome back. Our final scores are AuGres with 280 and Mayo with a score of 110. So congratulations today to our winners today from AuGres. Join us next week when we'll have AuGres versus Ogama Heights. And I'll leave you with a quote from Carl Jung: "Knowledge lies not in truth alone, but in error also. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's why they put the little erasers on pencils." Have a nice day.